Shout out to you, deep divers. I hope your day is going good. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Oh, baby. Look where I am, deep divers. I'm lost right now in a futuristic city, and I don't want to be found because this place is pretty cool. We got flying cars everywhere. We got the cat down the road somewhere around here as well. Now, shout out to everyone who has seen the new video, How to Let Go and Trust the Universe. And if you haven't seen it, go and watch that very powerful video after this. I've received so many messages just on that video alone. Thank you so much, Ralph. How to Let Go and Trust the Universe. Watch that video after this. And also, make sure, deep divers, because I get so many messages, make sure you add me on the verified Instagram page right now. Pull out your phone at official Ralph Smart. I repeat, at official Ralph Smart, because I'm getting a lot of messages and I want to be able to respond to your messages as soon as possible. So that's the best place to add me. Now, I woke up today, deep divers, in a great mood. I began raising the frequency. I began raising the vibration. I began saying, thank you, universe, for another beautiful day. Okay, I'm blessed every single day, deep divers, and I want you to remind yourself that you are also blessed. If you woke up today, don't complain. Some people didn't. Say thank you, universe. Now, we got a whole lot to talk about. Agenda 2030. Where shall we start? I wonder. Okay, Agenda 2030, Agenda 21. The chosen ones strike back. The chosen one strikes back. Let me just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. We are out here in this magical place. I hope your day is going good. Now, I'm meeting so many new deep divers, people who are really waking up from the deep sleep and finding out who they really are, okay? Now, what is Agenda 2030? So in 1992, you had Agenda 21. The United Nations came up with Agenda 21. And in Brazil, they talked about how they wanted more sustainable development on planet Earth. Now, fast forward to 2015. In 2015, 193 nations agreed on a plan called Agenda 2030, and that was all about bringing more sustainable development on planet Earth. Okay, that by 2030 we should all live in places like this, deep divers, right? By 2030, they came up actually with 17 goals, sustainable goals. Number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education for everyone. Number 5, gender equality. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy. And it goes on. So that sounds fantastic, right, deep divers? That sounds like a great place to be in. No poverty, clean energy. Sounds fantastic. Do you know, deep divers, we could have already ended world poverty? Shout out to Machiavelli the Don. We got money for war, but we can't feed the poor, right? We got money for war, but we can't feed the poor. Or as I say, they got money for this global pandemic, but they haven't got money to end world poverty when they could if they want to. So we got to remind ourselves that there are many agendas playing out in this matrix. And when you realize being free is your birthright, you are able to see through all of them. Agenda 2030, we're going to dive deep into what it's really about. The chosen one strikes back. We got a whole lot to talk about, deep divers. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Hey. So first and foremost, shout out to everyone who's choosing love over fear. If you're doing that, I'm proud of you. The cat down the road is so proud of you. Shout out to everyone right now who is no longer forcing themselves to drink the Kool-Aid. Congratulations. Shout out to everyone right now, because there has been so much pushback all around the world. People saying that we ain't having it. I told you about the consecutive protests in the Netherlands. Okay, people were like furious, angry about the ongoing lockdowns, and they're like, hey, we need to live, we need to breathe, we need to be human, and we're not happy with the lockdowns. So all around the world, there has been tremendous pushback from Lebanon, Netherlands, Germany, all around the world. Citizens aren't happy. Now, let me talk to you, deep divers, about Agenda 2030, okay? And what it's really about. So I told you, the UN told us it's all about sustainable development and really ending poverty and zero hunger and all of that. Okay, but I told you, we're living in the Matrix. The Matrix wasn't a film, it was a documentary. And we're also living in a whole new world order. Whole new world order. Now, I speak of the inorganic ones. And when I talk of the inorganic ones, they seek, and their Agenda 2030 is to have a whole new world order by 2030. I told you, everything the inorganic ones do is in reverse. Everything the inorganic ones do is in code. And that's why they send you subliminal messages in films, in music, because there's always a hidden message in everything they do. And if you learn how to decode these messages, you'll really understand and understand what Agenda 2030 is all about. Now, I talked to you about the book 1984, George Orwell, where it says in the book, there's a world where war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. That's 1984. That's the world of 1984, where war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And what the inorganic ones do is they reverse everything. So when they tell you, hey, we're all going to be as one in harmony, no, because everything they want for you in the future is exactly what they're doing to you right now. If we realize on the planet, we have a term called social distancing. A lot of people have become disconnected from themselves and each other. This is exactly what the inorganic ones want. They want you divided. They want you separate from your brother and sister, because when you are divided, you have no power. Social distancing is an oxymoron. How can you be social and distant at the same time? What? Slow motion this side. But that's how they confuse you. Their real Agenda 2030 for you, the inorganic ones, is to further keep you apart from each other. Further distract you from who you really are. Further make you alienated. And I always say, deep divers, in a world of 7.8 billion people, nobody should feel isolated. Nobody should be isolated. And can you imagine if 7.8 billion people came together and loved and appreciated each other? You see, that's the real goal that we have to do. Now, let me just tell you this as well. A lot of people can see how quickly the world is changing. I'm in nature every single day, deep divers. I have the world record for the most videos in the heart of nature. Nearly 4,000. What? Slow motion this side. And nature has shown me that we have to get right with Mother Nature. Nature has shown me that we got to be able to breathe in that good ass prana, baby. But the inorganic ones have told you that nature is your enemy. Because I told you they're all about reversing everything on the planet. You got to ask yourself, why do they want to block out the sun? Okay, Bill Gates wants to actually spray the atmosphere and actually block out the sun to prevent global warming. But the sun is the giver of life, right? The sun is the giver of all life. We are dependent on the sun. So that doesn't even make sense. But I told you, when we talk of what's really going on the planet, is spiritual warfare. We are actually entering the age of Aquarius, the 5th dimension. And that means millions of people are waking up, finding out who they really are. There is a tremendous awakening happening, and that's the good news on the planet. Many, many people are finding out who they really are. Shout out to all the chosen ones. They're remembering who they really are. They are remembering that they came here to be free. They are remembering that over 93% of communication is nonverbal. Therefore, I have to see your face because that's part of communication. I've got to see your facial expressions because that's part of communication. But if I can't see that, how on earth can I communicate with you? You see, the solution for everything that's happening is to hold on to our humanity. The nefarious plan the inorganic ones have for your future is to make sure you are living in a perpetual state of fear. Because fear is the only currency they have. And the more scared you are about everything happening, the more they can control you. The more afraid you are of your environment, the more afraid you are of Mother Nature, the more afraid you are of everything, the more you lose your power. And that's the real Agenda 2030. The inorganic ones have planned for you. Not only that, I love technology, deep divers, but I use technology. I'm not used by technology. Ray Kurzweil, the director of engineering at Google, a futurist, said that by 2050, he predicts there will be a singularity, and that's when artificial intelligence supersedes human intellect. In other words, AI will take over the globe, and AI will be the new God. You see, that's part of Agenda 2030, where we are controlled by the AI, by the artificial intelligence. And right now, we are at the crossroads. We have to hold on to our humanity before we all turn into the human cyborg, before we all turn into the human barcode, before we all become automatons. Some people already are. Not everyone's going to make it. Before we become a full humanoid. Okay? This is what Agenda 2030 is about. And I want to tell you this. This seems like something out of a science fiction film, right? That would never happen, Ralph. But if you remind yourself that so many people right now are interfacing with the machine 24/7, that you are actually training the AI, the artificial intelligence. And the artificial intelligence is collecting your data And you're actually training the artificial intelligence to become smarter than you. And that's why when you go on the internet, when you scroll up and down, it already knows what you want before you know it. So we got to remind ourselves, the upcoming agendas on the planet, artificial intelligence is huge. You are going to be replaced if you don't start standing up for your freedoms and say, actually, we ain't having it. Because everything that's happening right now was predicted by the Mayans, by the ancient Kemites who told you, December 21st, the world ends. We had the Great Conjunction. We move into the age of Aquarius. And because of that, it's time out, time up for the inorganic ones. They want to collect as many souls as they can. And your only chance of survival is to wake up from the deep sleep they've put you in and to reclaim your power and to step into your freedom. Now, the good news is that a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are saying, actually, I just want to breathe. I just want to, breathe in that good ass prana, baby. And a lot of people, this has actually served as a catalyst to wake a lot of people up, to say, actually, this is not the life I want for myself, for my grandchildren, for my great-great-grandchildren. I didn't come here to wear a face mask 24/7. A lot of people are starting to realize that they are trying to censor the internet. They are trying to censor people because they don't want the truth coming out. In fact, I was watching something. Bill Gates was doing an interview and he was saying he doesn't know why there are so many people who are raising their eyebrows with everything that's happening. Like, what on earth do these people think? Like, and it made me realize that there's a term called gaslighting. And gaslighting is when you make someone question their own sanity. It happens a lot in domestic violence, okay? So one person in the relationship tells the other one that, hey, it's all in your mind. And this is how they actually do it in the Matrix, to control people from having free thought. Okay, they say, hey, that's all in your head. Snap out of it. Just do what everyone else is doing. Okay, just go along with the script. Shut up, be quiet. Now, the CIA created the term conspiracy theorist to stop people coming out and speaking the truth. So I'm here to remind you, deep divers, you aren't crazy. You're just waking up. You're not crazy. You're just finding out who you really are, and that your entire life has been one big lie. You see, this is where a lot of magic happens. When people wake up and say, actually, I got to find out who I really am. Who am I? What am I here to do? And am I doing it? This is how we reclaim our power. And we don't have to live in their vision of 2030. We can actually create our own. Slow motion this side. We don't have to live in their vision of tomorrow. We can actually create our own. You see, I told you, one of the visions for Agenda 2030 was to also have food for everyone, right? To stop, to end world hunger. Now, there's food, but then there's also real food, okay? So this is real food. Shout out to everyone, 7-Day Vegan Challenge, who is making a delicious plant-based meal. We got lettuce inside there. We got tomatoes. Woo! We're good to go. You got your phytonutrients inside there. That's fantastic. Now that's real food. That's real nutrition. And that's amazing. That's where we all have to be moving to. But there's also fake food. There's lab food. I even actually saw 3D meats, okay? 3D food, right? And that's what the inorganic ones want for a lot of people. They want GMO foods. They don't want organic foods. So we got to remind ourselves to always make sure we're eating real foods, okay? Real foods that can shift us into a higher frequency and dimension. Real foods that can really help wake us up, because food is information. When you are eating to live, you are also deprogramming your mind and elevating in consciousness. It's time to breathe once again. I repeat, it's time to breathe once again. It is time to realize that right now we are in a great place to be, because this is the greatest opportunity for us all to wake up and find out who we really are. This is the greatest opportunity to remind ourselves of the sacredness of Mother Nature, to say, actually, we need Mother Nature. We are approaching the sixth mass extinction. If we don't take care of the planet, we're going to have no planet to live in. So right now, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to smell the coffee. And thank goodness, a lot of people are starting to wake up. Thank goodness, a lot of people are saying, actually, I don't want to live in a world where I'm controlled by celebrities, okay? Because I told you, with everything that's happening on the planet right now, celebrities, a lot of celebrities aren't saying anything, because I told you, they work for the inorganic ones. The inorganic ones employ a lot of these celebrities to dumb your ass down. And that's why they put out music. A lot of the music, it doesn't nourish your soul. That's why they throw up hand signs, because they're all in the club. You're not in. And the only way to get there is by signing a pact with the inorganic ones. Signing a pact with the inorganic ones. Now, the good news is that a lot of people are going within. That's the great news. A lot of people are saying, actually, I'm only going to focus on the world I wish to live in. And that's the solution for everything. Only focus on the world that you wish to live in. Health passports are on the way. But if enough people shift their frequency, it only takes 1% of the population to have the critical mass to change the entire collective movement. And if enough people are in tune with themselves, if enough people around the globe are meditating for world peace, world truth, the world will change. If enough people are waking up every single day and saying, actually, right now, I just want to breathe. If enough people do that, we can create a beautiful new world. If enough people every single day wake up and say to themselves, I know that being free is my birthright. Now, the world we create in 2030 and beyond is a world of freedom, not a world of slavery. You see, the Agenda 2030 ties into Aldous Huxley's book, The Brave New World. He wrote, men and women will grow up to love their servitude and never dream of revolution. Well, right now, we got to remind ourselves it's time to make the revolution internal. I'm here to remind you, deep divers, you don't have to live in the world they want you to live in. You can free your mind, you can unplug from the matrix, and you can take back your power. But it's not going to change without you speaking up. Learn to speak your truth, even if your voice shakes, and then you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers, I love all of you. I'm just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, okay? So, that's the Agenda 2030 they want for you. Instead, let's make this the Agenda 2030. Let's really reconnect back to who we truly are, because we have the power. We always have, and we always will. Now, oh, you like the background, deep divers? We're in this like Star Wars kind of theme right now, okay? Shout out to everyone who's been getting the wonderful good ass prana shirts, okay? Oh, I want one, Ralph. Well, you can get one. You can get one right here at ralphsmart.com/clothes and at spreadshirt.com. And if you are a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, Who wants to model the clothing? Well, go and buy some, okay? Also, add me on the verified Instagram page, Deep Divers, for more daily inspiration, okay? I get over 1,000 messages every single day. Add me at official Ralph Smart. Do that right now. At official Ralph Smart. Pull out your phone, add me there, and also at Infinite Waters, okay? So, people always say, Ralph, I love all your videos on becoming your greatest version. Where can I get more information? Make sure you get the amazing best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Very powerful information in here. I want to remind you, Deep Divers, the solution to everything that's happening is to choose love. I told you, they want a world without love. That's the agenda for the New World Order for you. But I told you, you can create your own New World Order full of love. They want a world without love because love is their kryptonite. So if you have love, if you embody the love energy, you become the kryptonite to anything that is trying to go against you. We must band together. We must unite. We must remind ourselves we are all we have. We must remind ourselves we are all we have. Put aside your ego. Remind yourself the inorganic ones never take a day off to find new ways to keep you in lockdown. It's time you fight for your freedoms. It's time you take your freedoms back. And it's time we all unite together and stand up together to make this world a better place. Oh, I like that. Shout out to everyone today. I love all of you Deep Divers. Have a beautiful day. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You remind yourself, we create the reality, not them. Reality is perception. Therefore, change how you perceive things, and you will change the entire reality. Don't believe everything you see on the TV. Question everything. Free your mind. Eat to live. And become your own government. Become a sovereign being within yourself. You! Have a beautiful day, Deep Divers. Peace.